So now we are going to discuss about common troubleshooting practice in the cloud. In our previous session, we discussed about monitoring, then about alerting, logging. We also done the practical demonstration how we can create the alerts and how we can see the logs there in AWS CloudWatch. Okay. So now we have to move to the troubleshooting by using all the information that we got in logging process and other method that we already discussed, how we can common troubleshooting practice in the cloud. Common troubleshooting practice in cloud. So how we can do that? What step by step we do to troubleshoot the issues there? Okay. So let's start with very first thing, checking monitoring and alerts. Check all the monitoring that you have set and check all the alerts. Quickly identify if there are performance issue or any outage there. As I have shown in the CloudWatch, you can see everything there in the CloudWatch. What is happening there? Okay, let me show you here also simultaneously. Okay, so either I have deleted the machine, so we can verify it from here monitoring. As a machine has terminated, but still logs are available there. So same thing we can get in CloudWatch also. Let's see in the CloudWatch. So you can check everything there. So no alarm now, nothing here now. It's gone. Okay now. So if you go to matrices or we go to the dashboard, test dashboard, nothing is added because the resource we add here got deleted now. We have some machine in my North Virginia and Ohio also. Let's switch there. It should have 3 or 4 machine are running here. So I will show you everything here. So let's come back here. Review recent alerts for error and threshold breach. What are the error coming there? And if there is an alarm, like I have shown you in my last video, how we can breach the threshold. We did it with the help of script file, but in the real production environment, depending on the application load, it can happen there. So to review that, naturally we go to the dashboard, either in the AWS CloudWatch, as I've shown you, Azure Monitor, and Cloud Monitoring there in GCP case. So first, to check the and monitoring and alerts. If some alerts is getting there, then we should work on that. That why this problem is coming here. Okay. The first step, review the logs. I have already told you everything will be there in the log, so we should keep reviewing the log time to time. Pinpoint any application or infrastructure error. Everything will be there. Machine is down, EC2 is down, storage is going full. Okay now. So either some policies implemented there either on the machine infrastructure or in the application or in the infrastructure also, like we configure some wrong security group rules there, or NACL problem can be there also. So we have to review the logs. We find everything in the logs. Same thing in the AWS CloudWatch logs. For Azure log analytics, that is query language KQL. In the GCP, it will be cloud logging for exploring the log explorer. We can set the when we are watching the log to come to a specific point, log by time, by severity level, by code error level. Pinpoint the problem where coming. At what time the problem come? What was the severity level? Or in the base of error code also. We should review all the logs for any kind of trouble that we are facing there in our environment. Verify resource status. Ensure compute, network, storage service are running smoothly. Check instance health, like how we can check here for the instance health. Come here, check here the status check. Status check. If it's coming okay, means that is working properly. But if there's some error, you will find this check will show you the error here. Now, all the three machines are working perfectly. Okay. Review the resource quota. Maybe the reason of the quota. You can allocate the quota for everything, either for the storage or something other resource using. And what is the utilization of that? That can also be the reason to not responding by the infrastructure properly. Inspect for stopped, suspended instances or disk error. You can check here the status, instant state. Either you can stop or you can reboot or can be in the terminate state. Okay, na? So you can terminate, reboot, stop, start, and hibernate the instance. Maybe a server we are not getting the reply from any EC2 instance. Maybe that is in the stopped instance, or you by mistake you have terminated that. So everything is here. Just you need to explore the console. Okay. Network diagnostic. Identify the connectivity and latency issue. The very first thing, if you are connectivity issue, maximum reason can be your NACL problem. You are not able to connect to the particular server or particular EC2 instance. That can be the either your security group, that can be the reason of NACL there, that you connected with that particular subnet. Getting the point? So this is the first reason. There can be some like VPC issue, properly IP or CIDR issue. But first maximum reason is the firewall rule. That is on the subnet level, that is the NACL, or at instance level, that is a security group problem. If we try to like come here, we try to connect this machine by using the RDP, but not able to connect. To what we should check first? We should check its security group. VPCID, subnet, check for the security, and check its security group. If you are not able to do the RDP, maybe like right now RDP rule is added here. But if you remove this or we don't add it, you are not able to connect this machine. Correct? So network issue. Try to trace route, ping or telnet from the cloud shell or any diagnostic tool. These are common troubleshooting utilities. Normally we run in our normal, either your on-prem or from my computer, laptop or computer or desktop we are using, we can verify it. But built-in tool is like for AWS, VPC reachability analyzer, in Azure the network watcher, and for GCP the network intelligence center. These are the built-in tools into the cloud provider environment. So first step, Start with monitoring alerting, review the logs. Third is the resource status that I have shown you here. You can verify two status here. One is status check and then the instant states. And then also verify with the security groups and add the NSCL also. Correct? So you need to verify each and every point here. Okay. NSCL option you will find at the VPC level. Security group level you will find at this particular instant level. Or you can go to the security section also. Fourth, network diagnostic I have told you. Then permission and identity issue. Resolve access denial or authentication failure. If you remember, in our previous video, when we discuss about the IAM, there I have shown you. By default, when you create a user, IAM user does not have any permission. After that, we assign him the permission for specific services. So if user is authenticated for EC2, like in our previous session also, we log in with the IAM user that have only the permission of EC2. But when we try to create SNS and all in CloudWatch, it giving us the error because that IAM user only have the permission to work on specific service like EC2, does not have the permission to configure your CloudWatch or SNS. So that can be an issue. What is the authentication that particular user have? So what it is saying, check for IAM roles, policies implemented there, and token expiration time. That can also be the reason not able to log in into the network or not able to perform a specific task there in the network. Verify service account GCP, manage identity in Azure. I am a user and role in AWS. You should verify all these things. Dependency failure. If you are using any application like DB or API failing, can be the reason dependency is not there. Proper dependency failure coming there. So for that, you can inspect logs for connection or timeout error. Check the database health if you are facing any problem in database. RDS, I'll check in the RDS, AWS, Cloud SQL in case of Azure, Cosmos DB in GCP. Test endpoint with curl, postman, and monitoring check. Is that clear? Let's check for the next option, scaling issue. Determine if auto scaling is not working or misconfigured. Can be the issue. Look here. Here we have the three servers. But why these three servers? Because we have one auto scaling group here. We have one and desired capacity here. I have shown you also when we did the auto scaling is 3 and maximum capacity is 10. So what we do, go to the instance, I delete some of the instance or terminate one instance from here. But the desired capacity is 3. So what I do, as soon as I terminate it, can take 2 or 3 minute or 5 minute time. As it terminated, due to the auto scaling group, one more EC2 start creating here. Just have to wait for a moment. Shutting down. As it got shut down, we will get one more instance automatically get created here. Because watch it again here. In the auto scaling group, we have the minimum desired capacity is 3. Minimum is also 3 and maximum up to 4. Okay, that can be the issue. Some misconfigurations here. Let's check. Let it be in the hibernate mode. Oh, sorry, terminated mode. Immediately, one more server come here. I will check it later. No issue. In the meantime, watch another options. Auto scaling group activity. I have shown you what the auto scaling group is doing. Azure scale out history, and in the case of GCP manage instance group logs. Clear? Roll back and restart the service. If some service, particular service, is creating any problem or any application is stuck or unresponsive, if any service is stuck and unresponsive, always try to restart or roll back to a last good known configuration. If it's a VM or container, we can restart it. Redeploy the application latest version and also last gone configuration if available there. That depends. You have taken the backup of last good known configuration or not. If available, then restore your that particular machine or EC2 at that level. Even in your laptop also or in the standalone server also, you can do all these things. Okay, let's check back there. What happened? Terminated, refresh it. Perhaps, yes, you can see here. One new server automatically start initializing here. I don't create this due to this auto scaling group because minimum requirement was of 3. Either I terminated one, but due to this group, one automatically start initializing there. So means our auto scaling is perfectly configured. But if there is some configuration error, it will not work properly. Okay. Can be the cost or can be the quota limit. Maybe you have certain billing limits. Maybe you have set some quota limits, like in S3. Here also some kind of limitation, na? Means if you go to auto scaling here, you can say maximum limit is 10. Anyway, load come there, but still maximum limit is of the 10 server. Similarly, you can set the bill quota, bill limit also. Let me show you perhaps budget. You can set the budget for a billing also. Let it become. Let me come back to the slides. In the meantime, it comes. So check billing alerts and unpaid invoices. Maybe you are not paying the bill. In that case also, AWS or Azure or GCP hang up your services or can terminate your services. So review quota dashboard and request increases. What are the best diagnostic tool? Cloud Trial and Trusted Advisor. Azure is a diagnose and solve the problem blade and advisor. Similar for GCP, it's the operation suite, cloud trace, and debugger. Debugger. Okay. So let's come back. Perhaps is here. I already got 1.65 budget, a cost. There should be one option of budget. Budget and planning. What you can do, go to the budget and you can set the limit here that we was discussing here PPT. We can set the budget limits. Create a budget, simplify template, zero spend bucket, monthly cost budget, or saving plan budget or reservation plan, as we discussed in the EC2 or cost optimization. We discuss all things. So we can manage our like monthly cost budget, and my budget is of $100 I can spend and can add the recipient here when threshold exceeds. So first it will notify you when your spend limits was $100. So when you reach up to the $85 expense, it intimate the email recipient added here. When actual spend reaches the 100%, again it intimate. And if your forecasted spend is expected to reach 100%, then again it will intimate. So this way you can set the budget here. Your monthly budget, your saving plan budget, or reservation if you are using anything. So in this way you can set the limits. Here also the billing. So reproduce the issue. Best practice. Reproduce the issue in test environment. Document steps and finding during investigation. Isolate the component. We are facing the problem in one specific like EC2 or some storage section. So isolate that component from the another network. Collaborate with the support and cross-functional teams. Automate common check using runbooks or scripts. So these are the different way for the efficient troubleshooting. Okay. So this is all about the troubleshooting process. I've shown you everything on the console also, how we can manage that thing in the CloudWatch also and other also. Like in EC2, check back again with the help of auto scaling. I think that server should start working in perfect way. Let's check. Let it be. Okay. So very soon it will come here due to the network. Maybe getting time to respond. So I think all, not all, because troubleshooting you learn with the experience. But still, I have told you the all the steps for a perfect troubleshooting. First, monitoring and alert, then log review, then resource status, network diagnostic, permission, identity, and issue. Then dependency failure, resource scaling issue, rollback and restart, and all this we have discussed. Can be the quota limit. Look here, one is terminated and another machine immediately comes here due to the auto scaling. So in at our end, we have everything perfect. And second thing, it's not a production. Right now, we are doing everything for the lab environment. So hope informative. You learn something. So see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.